Playing games on the hardest difficulty. It's scary for most, intriguing for some, but for a few, it's the only right way to play. In this series, I play suggested games on the hardest difficulty levels and see if I can get to the end credits. No matter how many times I die, I'll always come back stronger. Will I beat the challenge, or will the game finally break me? Watch until the end, where I reveal how many times I died during the challenge. Like, subscribe, and let's get it. Here we go again. Our protagonist Ethan has been online dating this girl named Mia, and they have finally agreed to meet. It's a goddamn time, since Mia has been edging Ethan for way too long. Mia has invited me to join her family in their estate in Louisiana. Naturally, I'm eager to meet my mother and father-in-law, so I pack up my car and hit the road. I finally arrive at the mansion and wave them to notify that I'm here, but there is no one to be seen. Also, the place seems to be poorly maintained. I even try to call them with this door phone, but no one is answering. I decide to check out this car wreck nearby, and inside I find a note that says, "Join us." This is probably a note left by Mia's parents. Apparently the front gate is busted, so they have left the back door open for me. As I'm going through the backyard's garden, I come across Mia's father. I try to run after him to greet him, but he just teleports away. I also have few comments about their decorations. As I finally reach the house, the place looks almost abandoned. I mean, there is no lights inside, and there is no welcoming party. Where is everyone? I can see that they have prepared us dinner, so they have been definitely waiting for me. After checking if there's any beers on the fridge, I decide to watch some TV while I wait for Mia and her parents. Inside the TV is this really weird videotape where some random guys explore this same house. I don't know what kind of films were made here, but I'm sure Mia has been loyal to me. We have been online dating for over 5 years now. The video has a surprisingly deep lore, as they show me the way to get to the super secret dungeon downstairs. There's already one guy gooning downstairs, and at this point I turn off the video since there are too many men. I still go downstairs to explore, since I think this is a clear sign that Mia is down here waiting for me. It turns out that I was right, since it doesn't take long to find Mia from the bedroom. I wake her up, and I'm starting to think that I got the dates confused, since she clearly wasn't expecting me today. After a little confusion, she agrees to give me a tour of the house.
Daddy's coming. We need to go.
Daddy?
We need to go now!
After ignoring that last comment, I check out what I'm dealing with here, and Mia shows me the rest of the basement. Next, she shows me the room where her uncle used to entertain the children, and sits down on the couch ready to welcome me to their family. As I'm setting up my camera to the shelf and checking out what kind of toys they have, something terrible happens. When I come back to the room and cannot see Mia anywhere, I'm starting to think there's something wrong. The door upstairs is open, so maybe she's just teasing me for one last time. I try to call for emergency care package of Gatorade, but apparently they don't deliver in Louisiana. I hear some random noise from the basement, and it turns out that Mia was hiding there all along. When she throws me to the wall, I'm feeling really confused. I still suspect that there might be something wrong, and when she pulls out the knife and starts stabbing me, I finally know for sure. Suddenly she's back to normal, and after 10 milliseconds goes crazy again, showcasing her mental instability. After trying my best to try to calm her down, unfortunately I'm left with no other choice than to install my axe to her head as self-defense. I try to call for an ambulance because Mia might be hurt, but luckily when I go back to the room she isn't there anymore, and it's probably fine. What do you know, she's already waiting for me in the hallway and saying she's sorry about what happened. She gives me a friendly little payback, after which she shows me her father's new chainsaw. I ask her how sharp it is, and she takes that a little too literally. What do you know? Woman with tools. I tell her that I'm gonna sue her and her entire family, and she escapes the crime scene. Now fearing for my life, I make sure to grab this weapon from the table. Thank God we are in America. I'm trying to escape the house to inform the local authorities, but Mia blocks my path as her family doesn't have any money for the legal fees. I'm trying to ration with her, but she has completely lost control. Apparently one dead fuckboy is way better than seeing her whole family crumble to the ground. To my horror, I'm left with no choice other than to shoot her until she dies. Suddenly her father appears to greet me and tells me that we surely don't need any police to handle this. They tell me that all of their warranties have expired, and they are confident that we can work this out inside the family. They wine and dine me, trying to bribe me to forget this case. The father of the house has promised to handle this, but when I don't accept the bribe, his wife gets really mad because she's starting to be worried about the future of the family.
Shit, he's not eating it, Jack! He's not eating it!
Shut the hell up, Marguerite!
I made that for him!
Get the hell out of here!
You're a son of a bitch! Oh, I can't believe it, you son of a bitch! He's not eating it! He's not eating it!
This was supposed to be a very special feast.
He goes after her, trying to calm her down, while I make my escape and try to find a way to contact the police. I try to escape through the garage, but the place is all locked up. In the meantime, all hell breaks loose when the father of the family finds out that I broke his expensive chair. Jack has that psychotic look on his face, and you can just tell that he knows there's no going back from this anymore. I escape through this tiny hole on the floor, as I'm now confident that they are more committed to murdering me than handling this the right way. The path leads me to the safe room, where I pick up all sorts of useful tools. I also use the phone to alert the local police force, and cancel my Tinder Platinum. The cop finally shows up, and I tell him all about what happened here. He tells me that there has been a lot of cases like this in the state of Louisiana, and asks for me to join in the lawsuit. We agree to meet in the garage, where we can exchange information. Jack is having none of it and is prepared to do everything necessary to protect his family. The power of family has given Jack unlimited strength, and he just refuses to go down. This place truly turns into a madhouse when Jack jumps into his car and runs me over, killing me in the process. To my surprise, I wake up in the same safe room. That was probably just a bad dream. I check my sleep score and contact the police again. Unfortunately, I need to go through the same dialogue with the policeman again. At least this time I know that when Jack shows up, I know to go straight for the car to use his own tricks against him. He doesn't like someone using his toys, so he kindly asks me to exit the vehicle. Instead, he gets on the car himself, and I quite literally saw his head off. He slams his car to the wall and tries to blame it on me to get the insurance money. He puts on my SoundCloud mixtape and grabs me to make a citizen's arrest. Luckily, his piece of crap car explodes, which really diffuses the situation. I take this opportunity to get the hell out of here, but going up the ladder, Jack stops me. He tells me that he doesn't have anything to lose anymore, and he'd rather die than take that car to the shop. The next 30 minutes to an hour, I just wander around the house trying to find my way out of here, as the whole other family seems to have just disappeared. Eventually, I figure out that I just need to drain this bathtub to get this wooden thing, which shadow I can use to crack this puzzle. Pretty simple stuff. Advancing further, I found a second safe room, and the relief washes over me. After taking way too long to go through the basement area and dying thousands of times to these mutants down here, I finally get to the other side. I try to grab the thing I was looking for, but to my surprise, Jack is still alive. I guess he still has some unfinished business. I find the key hanging on a chain, which is clearly the most obvious bait of all time, but Ethan is a fucking moron. Jack says it's time to settle this once and for all and grabs his chainsaw so we can have an epic duel, but it turns out he has this absolutely glorious dual attachment for his saw, which is absolutely busted. We go around the cellar as I'm trying to dodge his attacks and occasionally stunlock him into oblivion with my beautiful circular saw. After etching for 10 minutes, he finally explodes. I pick up the chainsaw and use it to escape this wretched place. I really hope that he's dead for real now. I finally have all the necessary keys to the door, which allows me to finally step outside. I desperately try to escape, but everything seems to be locked. Eventually, I gain access to this disgusting house in the backyard. Inside, I find these big-ass bugs that can kill me, smaller bugs that can kill me, and more of these mutants that can kill me. The flamethrower does come in handy here, but the Madhouse difficulty still has some teeth. Downstairs, I surprisingly find Mia, and I'm starting to question if she even wants to be with me.
No more bullshit, Mia. I want some answers.
I know.
Unfortunately, her brother shows up to take her to one last ride.
Daddy, right? You mind if I borrow Mommy for a little bit?
I frantically try to help my girlfriend, but her mother is now patrolling the area.
Stay the fuck out!
I evade her for a little while and go through this tiny crack on the wall, but it turns out that teleporting all over the place is a family trait. She throws me to this tiny hole on the floor and spawns in 10 million of these annoying bugs. I'm glad that I have a lot of fuel. Unfortunately, on the Madhouse difficulty, all of the enemies take literally 0 damage, so this takes a while. Eventually, the lady herself falls down and I give her the treatment. After the fight, I check my stress levels and open up this chest to find something truly disturbing. The phone rings, and when I answer, I hear this mysterious voice. It turns out that this whole family has been infected by some sort of virus, for which I need to find the serum for. The things I have to do to get laid. I climb back down to the hole to see if the mother has some answers, but she just crawls away.
What the fuck? Well, that's special.
I go to the next building to look for her, but she decides to give me the biggest jump scare of all time. All jokes aside, when playing with the Madhouse difficulty, this boss fight was truly one of the hardest ones I have ever played. I basically had to use all my resources and still died several times, but eventually, after burning her ass for 10 million years, she finally reaches her limit and dies on the spot. Only the brother of the family left. It's time to look for that cure. It turns out that I need the key that has been literally hidden inside this nice policeman's corpse. I'm not sure whose idea this was, but someone needs to be arrested. With this key, I gain access to this children's room, and after cracking another puzzle, I find this key card from the attic. The key card gains me access to this house outside, where the brother is waiting for me with Mia. I find the gooning couch empty, and Mia is nowhere to be seen. Luckily, his brother has left me this videotape, which in he shows that he has the thing I was looking for, and I just need to find him now. Unfortunate for me, the whole house has been booby-trapped into oblivion, and I make sure to die several times before I can reach the next level. Eventually, I find the brother hiding behind this locked door, and he even taunts me by giving me the combination to the door. Me, being a vitun hessu hopo, actually try the combination and die in the process. I think it's safer to take this other door instead. I reach the end of the room and turn on the power, but after that something terrifying happens. When someone lowers these two behemoths down to the barn with me, you can literally smell the poop in my pants. This time I get caught off guard and die, but during the next try I am not messing around anymore. After the big guys are down, I use the same elevator to get the hell out of here. I finally get the locked door opened, but the brother informs that I cannot enter unless I leave all of my items to this box over here. I have a hunch that this is a trap, so I try to bait out the brother to come to close the door, and what do you know? Inside was the hardest puzzle of the whole game. I gave this one a good hour of my life, but after dying several times, I just had to give up and look from the internet how do you escape this place. When I finally reach outside, I navigate through the piers and find Mia with some random woman. I didn't realize my Tinder was set to the double date mode. I free them up and hand out some gifts, and just when I'm about to score, their third friend appears to tell them that they are not interested. Talk about fridge protecting the snacks. This boss fight is really confusing, since I have to attack everything that isn't black. Luckily the good old saw is working wonders here. Things quickly turn to shit when the whole place lights on fire, and unfortunately to escape this place alive, I need to use one of the serums to kill this guy. We are now in kind of a pickle when there's only one left, but two ladies ready to take it. I choose Mia, and so he takes it really well.
Both of you just go! There won't be anyone left to help!
I truly think that the game is about to be over, but surprise, there are still few levels left. This mysterious duck thing knocks us off the boat, and when we wake up we get a chance to play as Mia. We find Ethan, but he gets sucked into the abyss, and I have to now explore this whole place alone. I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely hated the whole ship part of the game. This part took me literally 2 hours, and I don't even feel like going through it while I'm editing this video. All I can say that I got lost, I died, and I died, and this part felt like it took forever. Thank God after all that, I finally find Ethan and I can finally move on. Mia decides that she can no longer be saved and dumps me to the other side of the room. When she locks the door, she also closes every single possibility of the future with me. Holding back tears, I'm trying to find my way out of this place. I just wanna get home. The path leads me down this elevator, and the whole place is packed with explosive traps and enemies. I also find one more curing serum, which will come in clutch in the end. Talk about the end, we are getting closer. Thank God. The game conveniently left out the hardest area to the end, and these goddamn traps almost made me uninstall the game and quit the challenge. But I find it super nice that this path eventually leads me to one of the first rooms of the whole game. It turns out that the main antagonist has always been this little girl who has been secretly controlling everyone. I chase her down the house, and after she tries to resist, I stick the serum into her neck. This triggers the final boss fight, which is really strange even compared to the rest of the game. With the Madhouse difficulty, you pretty much have to be perfect if you don't wanna die. If you shoot her long enough, you eventually reach the second phase, as she grabs you and throws you outside. When you see the helicopters, you might think the fight is over, but no sir. She grabs you by the ankle and takes you to the sky, and you just need to pray that you have enough bullets. With the last bit of strength I have left, I grab this pistol next to me and empty the clip, finishing the job.
Time's over.
As we fly off this horrifying place, I find out that Mia was saved as well. Maybe this is a start of a beautiful new relationship. The family can truly be the worst, especially if you live in a madhouse like that. If you wanna learn something about this video, always have your first dates in a public place. This might not be as romantic as a family mansion in Louisiana, but at least the chance of being murdered drops down significantly. Like and subscribe.